Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Rochelle. Thanks for tuning in. And first of all, thank you so much to Aaron for inviting me to be on his channel. This is just so cool. Well, a little bit about me. I live in the United States and I'm learning French. Now, I'm not a polyglot. I am not even fluent in French. I am learning French. I always make sure to tell people that I'm learning French because if you say I speak French, for some reason people automatically assume that you know everything in French. And I hope one day I will have my Tony Stark, I am Iron Man moment where I can just say I am fluent in French. However, that is not right now, and it will probably be a little while, but I'm in no rush. I'm just enjoying the journey. So I first started taking French back in high school, which was forever ago. And I took high school 9th through 12th grade, and I really enjoyed it. But I went on kind of a hiatus from learning French for quite a while. I started working, I went to college. I really didn't do much with French during that time. But about a year and a half ago, I decided, okay, let's get serious about French, because I realized that I still remember a lot of French and I don't want what I remember to go to waste. So that's why I decided to pick up French again. So I started doing Duolingo and I started listening to French music. Duolingo is a really fun app. It's kind of like it makes language learning like a game. It's really cool. I do enjoy it, and I make sure to do a little bit of Duolingo every day. Also, in addition to that, I listen to a lot of French music. Love, 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 love French music. I listen to it all the time and I really just enjoy it. It's such a great thing to listen to really hear how native speakers sound. I just really enjoy listening to French music. I can listen to it for hours. In addition to Duolingo and listening to French music, I also started Pimsleur French, and I worked with Pimsleur French for 2 months. And during that 2 months, I learned a lot of really useful phrases and words and expressions. But after doing Pimsleur for about 2 months, I realized, okay, it is time to move on to something else. So recently I started Asimil French, and I've been working with it for about 3-4 weeks on and off. So I really can't say a lot about the program just yet, but so far, so good. I do like it. I do realize though that I spend a lot of time reading and writing in French, but I don't spend enough time listening and speaking. And even though the programs that I mentioned, they're really good with audio and you do get to listen a lot and you do get speaking practice, but there's nothing like speaking to a native speaker or someone else who is fluent in French as well. So I have decided that I need an online tutor. And I've been hearing a lot about iTalki, so I hope to give that a try. I went ahead and made my account, and hopefully I will be using iTalki soon. But one of my major challenges is that I am an introvert. And so the thought of speaking to someone that I don't know in a language that I'm still learning is a bit terrifying. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to make an aim to do it. So I'm looking forward to that. Something else I've been doing to help myself learn French, like I mentioned before, I have been reading, and I do enjoy reading French books. I enjoy reading French books and listening to ebooks. Some of the books that I've been reading is Le Petit Dragon and Le Petit Prince. And also, I enjoy reading the Bible in French because I'm already familiar with the stories in English, so it's easier for me to understand. So I really enjoy doing that. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I created a YouTube channel, and the name of my YouTube channel is Forever Learning French. because I feel like I am going to be learning French forever. I post on that channel about once a month. I'm not looking to become YouTube famous off of this channel, but it's a really good way for me to gauge my French progress. And I want to be able to look at these videos in the future and see how far along I've progressed. And also, I encourage you all out there who are learning a language to record yourself, whether it's just audio only or whether it's video, whatever you choose, totally fine. But it's really important that you gauge your progress. So recording yourself definitely helps with that. All right, I mentioned before about my listening ability. It's probably the weakest part of my French language learning is the listening. And it's not that the French speak fast, it's just that I listen slow. It's me. I am the problem. And so I hope to use iTalki to be able to improve on that, because I realized that in order for me to make that next step into speaking French fluently is listening. I have to be able to understand what people are saying. So yeah, I hope to book a tutor very soon, and we'll see how that goes. And I will definitely do a video about that on my channel whenever I decide to do it. I'm not pushing myself, I'm not rushing myself, but I hope to be able to do that very soon. Now, another challenge is that I have is that I most likely will never visit a French speaking country. I shouldn't say never, but I don't really see myself doing that. I would love to be able to do that, but I don't know. I just don't really see myself ever like being able to go to Paris or somewhere like that. So it's really difficult for me to find ways to immerse myself in the French language, because I live in North Carolina, and in my little part of North Carolina, there aren't many opportunities, if any, to speak French. So I really have to find ways to immerse myself in the French language. Some of the things that I've been doing to do that is I've changed my settings in the websites that I use. I've changed them to French. So Instagram, YouTube, Google, and Netflix. I have changed all of the language settings to French. And also I run a small online business, and so my Shopify store, I changed that over to French as well. So I have no choice but to learn vocabulary, and by doing that, I have picked up a ton of vocabulary. So it's been really, really helpful. And another thing that has helped me with learning French is by multitasking while learning. And I enjoy crocheting, I enjoy knitting, I enjoy sewing. And so I like to listen to French YouTube videos and podcasts while I am doing those activities. And also, as I mentioned before, I like to listen to Coffee Break French. I enjoy listening to that while I work out or while I am commuting back and forth to work. So that is kind of the French immersion bubble that I have created for myself. And I definitely encourage you to do the same thing. Well, I hope that you all have enjoyed this video so far, and I will leave you with a little bit of advice. My advice is never let other people's discouragement stop you on your language learning journey. And also don't let your own negative thoughts stop you from learning your target language, because sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. And so keep learning. And I think sometimes people mean well when they say little things, but I can't tell you how many times I've had people tell me that you're never going to use French. I grew up in Virginia, and I have heard people say, oh, no one speaks French around here. You'll never ever use it. You're better off learning another language. And like I said, I don't think that they meant any harm. They just wanted the best for me, but I can't listen to that negativity, and I encourage you to do the same. Block out that negativity and turn it into something positive, and use that positivity in your language learning journey and keep learning. Well, I want to say thank you to Aaron again for allowing me to be on his channel. It has been an honor, and à la prochaine!